Welcome, fellow modelers. So today I've got a little bit of an update from my most recent post. I've got a lot of suggestions that came through Facebook and other mediums. So I wanted to address some of them because definitely a lot of them are very valid claims. There were a few errors that I made in my tests, so I want to correct them now. So first one that I did is very much straightforward. I have on the left side flat paint, right side gloss. And then what I did is I just grabbed a sheet of decal film and put it on. So yeah, there's a few issues here and here, but that's just me not having anything to do with anything else. Just my pure laziness. With it, micro set, micro sol, and as you can tell, no difference. Now, I know a lot of you are going to now say, well, but that's not exactly a true decal, so why don't you use actual decals? Excellent claim. So what I have now is left side is just straight flat, and then right side gloss on top of the flat. Now, with this, I put in a bunch of different types of decals, just everything I had from my bin, random stuff. Some of this, you can probably tell, is about as old as I am. Some of them pretty new, pretty modern stuff. So I noticed with here, I want to make everything streamlined. I use the same exact process on all this. So still, micro set before. Then I use micro sol after. Now, to be brutally honest, there were some interesting things that came out after doing micro sol. So these decals are my oldest sets. This is probably 20 years old, very much getting towards the yellow state. And there was a bit more silvering on this old decal. Now, we'll talk about what happened with this tragedy here in a sec. And then when it came down to everything else, I think this decal was actually a Tamiya decal, and there was a teeny bit of silvering compared to there. So to be honest, yeah, there's a little bit of a difference. So I saw just a teeny bit. But once I came back and I used the actual product, the best that I've been using so far. There's a lot on the market, but this works very, very well. I applied that to everything. I noticed these super old decals, it just ate them up. And particularly here, it's just completely wrinkled and gone. So hopefully it'll settle down. But yeah, that's why I try to put it into different progressive strengths before I go into the massive strong stuff. But now, as you can see, it is pretty much equal. I can't tell much difference between any of them. So, is there a difference? Maybe a little bit. But the only reason I'm going to be doing my gloss coat is more so just to prevent it. As you can see, there's some discoloration and stuff that's coming from the solvents. Kind of ate it a little teeny bit, but not bad. The other interesting thing that I found is when I put on the micro set with this side, and I actually used Future because, that's what people were recommending. So it actually ate the Future. And then once the Future kind of cured a second time, kind of interesting. So there might be something to that. So I wanted to show you an update. The other thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to put a flat coat, see if I can notice any more silvering that you can't tell from just this coat here. But I want to give you an update because you guys had some valid concerns, and we'll kind of go into the final thoughts after I do my flat coat. All right, welcome back. Got my results set up here. Now, yeah, we can see just a scotch of silvering, but I can see maybe just a little bit. but not enough to say like, oh my goodness, wow, you just have to gloss, right? So hopefully you found this informative. I think that the results in the end are just kind of inconclusive, but let me know what you think in the chat. I want to make sure that I was giving you guys an informative look at something that goes into an experiment. Try to see if we have anything to what there is to the debate, basically, right? And it's hard to say that I can say anything conclusive with this other than negligible. I mean, obviously when we go to here and I put in some flat coat, absolutely no difference. If you use super really old decals, maybe it will help if you use a gloss coat. If you use modern decals, I mean, even with the Revel decals here, I think those are off just a cheap Revel kit. Really not anything different. But when you get into like good quality decals, zero difference. So I think that's the big takeaway. If you are somebody that wants to use really old decals, couldn't hurt to do a gloss coat. But what I wanted to prove is if you're using good quality decals, good quality solvents, it's not as necessary as people make out. So once, as always, make sure you go to the comments. Let me know what I'm doing right, wrong, what kind of things you'd like to see in the future. And always like and subscribe.